What's up? JD Wilson here, founder of Lead You. As we wrap up summer 2019, we decided to go back to a place that I spent most of my summers as a kid, working at Barnacle Bills in Orly Beach, New Jersey. The bike I chose for our guests today is the one and only B-Bills Tricycle. This thing's pretty rad. Has got the handlebars, 3 huge wheels, the basket in the back. There's a lot going on this bike, just like our guest today who has a lot going on himself. Colts Neck High School teacher, amazing coach, Mr. Glenn Jansen. This is Educators on Bikes Getting Ice Cream. This is your bike.
Looking good.
That's right. Now, I don't know if you remember this bike, but since you and I met many moons ago at Barnacle Bill, it was almost like 25 years ago now, and I was here, the amazing golf boy you called me.
That is true.
I worked in the golf stand at Barnacle Bills, and then you were in the kitchen, and we formed a friendship way back then. It's stayed together, maintained, just like this bike over the years, and I thought that having the Barnacle Bills Cruiser as your bike makes the most sense.
We, just like the bike, we have a little rust on us, but I think we're still working pretty well.
Yeah, we still work. Yeah, we're still a well-oiled machine when we need to be. So I got, it has 3 wheels, you'll notice, because you're somebody who has like 10 sets of hands and like 90 pairs of feet, because you're all over the place, man. I mean, you're running a beautiful family. Not only that, you have an amazing coaching career that you have going on. I don't even know all the sports you coach, which is what we're going to talk about later. And somehow find time to be a teacher, and you end up always in anything you do, like this basket, you are carrying the weight. And you're always there to be the person of support. You're well prepared, and you're somebody who's always ready to go and always ready to show everyone that you're ready, that you are the person you are.
Wow. Well, I appreciate that. So hopefully we can make this work.
Yeah, I hope so. And now, have you ever ridden this bike before?
I have not. In fact, I just recently turned 40, and this will be the first time since I probably was about 2 to be on a tricycle. So I'll check this off the bucket list.
That's right. It comes full circle, right?
Absolutely. Circle of life.
So I'm going to hop in the basket, and you ride.
All right, sounds good. Here
cool.
we go.
Let's do it.
Well, I'll tell you, I think kids are always kids, regardless of it was 2002 when I started, 2019. Kids essentially are constant. What's changed is the environment around them. Like if you focus on technology, access, communication between students and teachers is at an all-time high, between Google Classroom, using Remind. There's no break. When I started, you finished at 3:15 or had extra help or coached your sport, and then there was a break. There's no longer a break. You're constantly access to your students and to your school, between school Twitter, posting assignments on Classroom, commenting on kids commenting on assignments. It's almost perpetual, the relationship between teacher and student and or coach and athlete. The problem is we do too much technology, which takes away from their ability to talk one-on-one, do public speaking. I think we rely too much sometimes. The technology is great that we have access to it and it's available and should be used appropriately. But I think we have lost the ability for our students to sit down and talk to each other between their phones and now all the technology we 100%. Want to introduce. I feel like we don't do enough of just talking to each other and just telling stories about. I teach history, so telling stories about history as opposed to reading or watching a video or watching or doing some online experiment, or web quest. You need to be able to talk about those things.
You can't pretend like I don't know Haley. This is one of my favorite humans in the world. Haley, good to see you again, though.
You too.
So it's been a while since I've actually had ice cream here, though.
Yes.
So how many years have you put in here total?
This is year 13.
Wow.
So I did 10, and then away for 12, and I'm back for 3.
Okay, nice. And
so I'm climbing up the ranks on the all-time list.
I think I put in 17 total, or 19, even with the military, even 19. What summer is this for you, Haley?
Summer 5.
All right, yeah, you're grown, right?
She doesn't get the jacket yet, though.
I'm working on there.
So a lot's changed ice cream-wise. What do you recommend? What's your go-to?
My go-to is definitely always the peanut butter pie. I love that it has the Reese's Cups in it. Definitely my favorite.
Okay, cool.
And I will actually tell you that campfire s'mores is the way to go.
Okay.
But like I am in everything in life, I just can't have one, so I usually split the scoop.
Oh, okay, split the scoop.
Yeah, split the scoop. That's insider trading. Or like one of each.
All right, splitting the scoop's a good way to go then. I'm a milkshake guy though. Remember those?
Yeah, we used to make some crazy milkshakes.
Some crazy ones back then. So I'm gonna do the peanut butter pie milkshake.
Sounds good.
And Glenn, what are you gonna roll with?
I'm gonna split the scoops and go campfire s'mores and flying fish fudge.
Sounds good. I'll do that one first because the milkshake will take a little
Okay,
longer.
awesome. Yeah, it's me.
Yeah.
Thank you. What do you think, pink?
Yeah, that really works.
That's
for
my
you.
color?
It goes with your eyes. No, like, just hold it up.
3, 2, 1. We're natural. All right, Glenn. We're back where it all happened. Place has changed, and you gotta admit, it looks amazing in here.
Yeah, post Sandy, it is completely a different place, a different atmosphere. They've done an amazing job modernizing Barnacle Bills.
It's amazing, man. It's like so, everything's just so sleek and clean, but they still have like that shore family feeling going on here.
Absolutely, and the air conditioning is definitely a bonus.
Oh, man.
And the misters,
Yeah, the mist on the golf course,
Yeah.
I noticed that. What was your favorite hole at Barnacle Bills back in the day?
Well,
on the old golf course.
Truth be told, I was always a big Price is Right fan.
Okay.
So Plinko.
The Plinko hole
was always
You guys
a
gotta see
personal
it.
favorite.
Yeah, the Plinko one's great. Plinko one's great because if you do bad on it, you're just like, it was all luck.
Yeah.
But then if you do good on it, you're just like, I know this hole. This is mine.
But you know, 20 years and Bob Barker has still never come from behind those rocks, so I'm kind of bummed.
I don't know if this is a real term or not, but experiential learning. You know, we say that a lot with Lead U, like our assemblies. Kids love learning through experience. That's how I learned, you know?
Yeah.
So it sounds like you're doing a lot of that in your classroom.
Yeah, we do a lot of that. I happen to teach honors U.S. history, so it's
Okay.
like Columbian exchange, you know, to Reconstruction. I won't quiz you on what those are, but those are the bookends to the sophomore component at Colts Neck High School. And
Okay.
then, so I have some of the best kids, you know, and really diving into the material, and we try to connect it to the stuff that's going on around us all today. So how can we connect 2019 to 1850 or 1980 to 1750. So we try to do that as much as possible. But I also have the distinct pleasure to teach the peer leadership program,
Right.
where we work with 60 of the best seniors, and we really try to make it an experience. The class starts with them learning about not only each other but themselves, and developing skills necessary to foster growth as an individual, but also somebody about to go off to college.
And this
or
is
the real
a
world.
class. This
This
is
is a
like,
class.
okay, so it's not
this
like
is
a
history, a social studies elective that students in the Freehold Regional High School District, which is my district, which they can take. It's open to juniors and seniors, but predominantly it's a senior experience.
Okay.
And the first semester, first quarter is a lot about, figuring out who they are, the dynamics of the class. Because some of these kids have gone to school with each other for 4 years, but don't know each other.
Right.
So before we can dive deep into
crazy.
life maps and who they are and their family experience, they have to kind of get to know each other. So we do a lot of stuff about getting to know each other, what everybody has in common.
Yeah.
Then they work on reflecting on who they were, who they are, and who they're trying to be.
Okay.
And then the second half of the year, we really work on outreach to the community, working with different programs such as autistic adults, disadvantaged youth in the community.
Okay.
We work with One Love Foundation and teach the students about relationship escalation and the dangers that they're going to face going off to college. One Love is a huge program that's nationwide in the colleges that, Colts Neck is one of the only schools that does that.
Really?
Around. It's named after Yardley Love, who was a lacrosse player, D1 lacrosse player, who was murdered by her boyfriend right before graduation, and all the
gosh.
signs were there, and nobody knew how to talk about
Right.
relationship escalation. We work with senior citizens. We work with a lot of non-profits, try to make an impact in the community. And then the best part of the class, for me at least, is the last 10 to 12 weeks, the seniors complete a passion project, and they.
A passion project?
Yeah, and that's
Okay.
you want to talk about the buzzword, passion project.
Yeah,
but
passion
It's, we allow them to choose, and it has to be approved, but they have to choose something they've never had the opportunity to do.
Okay.
Because of time, budget, resources, and they get to dedicate basically the classwork to it. And we've had kids do things from running a half marathon to competing in a Ironman to learning how to play a piano, learning sign language, kung fu.
But their choice, that's that
their
personalized
choice.
learning piece.
Correct,
It's
it's their choice. And then what they do is they as they go through this 10-week commitment, they do a weekly vlog, which they post to a Google site so all the students, as well as some of the teachers, can check in.
Okay.
And their culminating activity is we kind of meet in the auditorium or the media center with other teachers and faculty and administrators, and they get to see what does their journey look like.
Wow.
And they do a little reflection on that.
So
And
it sounds like this peer leadership class is like a lot like our workshop. So it's about connecting, then it's about collaborating, but then it's about creating and taking it out
Correct.
outside of the school.
Correct.
How long has that been part of your school?
Well, peer leadership program's been around a long time. It's only
Right.
my third year teaching it. I had the opportunity to jump in, and because I'm a senior class advisor and I'm a coach, I think my supervisor and the administration thought I'd be a great person to take over the program.
Right.
I have a great colleague, and we really put forth all this work and these activities, the ideas to really help our seniors be a complete person
Okay.
before they leave, and they leave us in our little community of Colts Neck, and they go off to college. We forge tremendous bonds. There's a lot of there's a lot of digging deep, and there's joy and there's tears in the class.
Yeah, man.
And the kids do an unbelievable job. And at the end, they say, "Hey, look what I was able to do."
Yeah.
You know, when my other friends are mailing it in and senioritis and checking off the days, I just ran New Jersey half marathon.
Yeah.
You know, I just got in the gym for the first time my whole life, and I'm fit, and I'm exercising, and these kids do amazing things. They totally blow me away every year.
And that's real, you know, you're making it
that's
real.
Something authentic. That's something that is not necessarily a textbook or not something that they plan to do, but it's something because we created this a community and an environment that they felt safe and secure. They figured, you know what, I'm going to take this leap, and I'm going to be the best version of myself.
It's a very important scoop, Kelly. Pressure is on. Look at the form.
This is like my most infamous.
Look at that.
There we go.
Wow. I will split the scoop.
So serious, right?
Yeah, that looks great. One thing I can't forget is that when I was working here, there was a Hoop It Up basketball game that was in the arcade that I remember repetitively dominating you in back then. In fact, I think they still have a version of it today, which maybe the challenge has been, it's out there right now if you're into it. I always remember beating you at basketball, which makes sense because I know that you didn't play basketball really past the high school career, right?
Yeah. No,
So
I think I was, you know, when you started here, just for the record.
Oh, yeah.
show,
Yeah. No, I mean,
you were.
now's the time.
I was the taller and skinnier employee when you started here, so I took it easy on you. And now that you're 7 feet tall, you have a biological advantage over Hoop It Up. So I will plead the fifth regarding that.
I literally couldn't see over the counter back
But
then.
you're absolutely right. As you know, I was a tennis player in high school. That was my trade. That was what I did for all 4 years. But I love the game of basketball.
And now
my
you're a
favorite,
coach, right?
Yeah, my favorite teacher was Mr. Sunday, and he was the basketball coach at Donovan.
Right.
And we used to talk shop. We used to talk about games and break down like what happened the night before. And some of my best friends were great basketball players. And I was always a good student, so I became a good student of the game.
Okay.
And then as I became an educator, I started my coaching career 18 years ago. So I learned from my own mentors as well as Coach Sunday, and he taught me that you really have to take a different perspective when you become a girls coach. So I figured out pretty quickly that boys play good to feel good, but girls have to feel good to be able to play good.
One more time, what is it? Boys
play good to feel good, but girls have to feel good to play good.
Wow.
That's at least in my own experience and my athletes, both at Colts Neck and Donovan.
Coach Jansen right there.
And if you adopt the mentality and you embrace it, and I always tell them, two things: be the best version of yourself, play hard, and most importantly, be a good teammate. And if you can do those three things, the rest will take care of itself.
Man, you're dialed in, Glenn. And I mean, you just said so many words so quickly because you're so passionate, and I love that, man. And I don't know, I had a bumper sticker for a while, and it said, "I love the good times at Barnacle Bills in Ortley Beach, New Jersey," and I still do. And it's really good to catch up with you, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you for your time today.
Absolutely.
And let's go play basketball real quick.
Sounds good.
All right. As I barely beat Glenn here at Hoop It Up today, I was reflecting on how things changed. This game changed a little bit, the golf course changed, the ice cream menu changed, but the one thing that remains the same here are the people. Whether the family at Barnacle Bills or my guest, Mr. Glenn Jansen, always kind, always positive, always looking to put a smile on your face. This has been Educators on Bikes Getting Ice Cream.